Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Nahmadu wa nasalli ala Rasul Kareem. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to this series, Check Yourself. Check yourself in the light of the hadiths of Rasulullah sallam on the signs of Qiyamah, so that we may know what are the pitfalls and what are the things that Rasulullah sallam wants us to be careful of as society and individual degenerate, and therefore we can protect ourselves, inshallah. The first hadith in this book by Maulana Yusuf Ludhianwi Rahmatullah alayh, hadith number 60. عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إذا اتخذ الفيء دولا والأمانة مغنما والزكاة مغرما وتعلم لغير الدين وأطاع الرجل امرأته وعق أمه وأدنى صديقه وأقصى أباه وظهرت الأصوات في المساجد والساد القبيلة فاسقهم وكان زعيم القوم أرذلهم وأكرم الرجل مخافة شره وظهرت القينات والمعازف وشربت الخمور ولعن آخر هذه الأمة أولها فليرتقبوا عند ذلك ريحا حمراء وزلزلة وخسفا ومسخا وقذفا وآيات تتابع كنظام بال قطع سلكه فتتابع. So the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam mentioned in the hadith narrated by Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu that when wealth to be considered, the spoils of war will be considered personal wealth. People usurp it and take it for themselves, and that which is given as amanat will be seen as spoils of war, and zakat will be seen as a fine, and dunya, deen will be learnt Islamic sciences or ulum will be learnt to earn dunya. Men will obey their wives and disobey their mothers, and they will bring their friends near and they distance their father. Voices will be raised in the masjid. People fight and shout in the masjid. The worst person, sinful person, wicked person, like a zani, like the really bad person, morally corrupt person of the tribe, will become its leader, and the most low life of the people will become the leader of the nation or community. I mean, he won't have any shame. Once upon a time, people that were doing sins, they felt ashamed to be on top of or heads of good people. They feel embarrassed. They will lose such shame, and the people themselves who are practicing the good people, they feel no shame in having people like that as their leaders. And people will honor somebody because to protect themselves from his oppression. And singing women and musical instruments will increase, and alcohol will be drunk, and the later people will do curse on the previous generations or the early generations. The later Muslims will curse the previous Muslims. In this time, destructive winds, earthquakes, sinking into the ground, and the faces being changed like as a punishment, and the descending of stones from the sky will keep coming into this world like the pearl necklace when it breaks and each bead falls. As soon as you break it and one bead falls, the rest just follow. So there will be non-stop punishment after punishment. When people will become like this, the punishment, because the people are not going to stop doing this, so the punishment will be non-stop. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us and save us. The next hadith number 61, عن علي بن أبي طالب رضي الله عنه قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إذا فعلت أمتي 15 خصلة حل بها البلاء قيل وما هي يا رسول الله قال إذا كان المغنم دولا والأمانة مغنما والزكاة مغرما وأطاع الرجل زوجته وعق أمه وبر صديقه وجفاء أباه وارتفعت الأصوات في المساجد وكان زعيم القوم أرذلهم أكرم رجل مخافة شره وشربت الخمور ولبس الحرير واتخذ القيان والمعازف ولعن آخر هذه الأمة أولها فليرتقب عند ذلك ريحا حمراء أو خسفا أو مسخا. Very similar hadith the Prophet ﷺ mentioned, and he mentioned that when when my ummah will have 15 characteristics, then they will make the a mountain of calamities will fall upon them, right? They will be overwhelmed by calamities. When is that? When they will take the ghanima as a personal wealth, and amana as a they will usurp the amana, take it as a spoil of war, zakat as a fine, the men will obey the women, their wife, and disobey their mother. They will be good to their friends, and they will upset and displease and be disloyal to their fathers. And the voices will be raised in the masajid, and the leader of the nation will be, or the leader of the people will be the lowest and the most low life and low of them. And a person will be honored because of the fear of being harmed by him. And alcohol will be consumed, intoxication will be consumed, and silk will be worn, and music and women and instruments will be taken up. And the last of this ummah will curse the early part of this ummah. Then prepare, then you should get ready and be ready for, expect that destructive winds and people being swallowed into the ground, and the people's faces will be changed. Allah protect us. Hadith number 62. عن الحسن رحمه الله مرسلا قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يأتي على الناس زمان يكون حديثهم في مساجدهم في أمر دنياهم فلا تجالسوهم فليس لله فيهم حاجة. Al-Hasan al-Basri rahimahullah narrated that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that there will come a time upon the people when their speech in the masjid will be in the matters of dunya. Do not sit with them, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not in need of them. Meaning there are people of no value. If they sit in the house of Allah and they talk about dunya, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has no need for such people. Hadith number 63. عن عبد الله بن عمرو رضي الله عنهما قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إن الله لا يقبض العلم انتزاعا ينتزع من العباد ولكن يقبض العلم بقبض العلماء حتى إذا لم يبقى عالما اتخذ الناس رؤوسا جهالا فسئلوا فأفتوا بغير علم فضلوا وأضلوا. Abdullah bin Amr radiallahu anhu narrates that the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam said that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not just lift ilm sudden like that, but He will lift it up by the death of the ulama. And then the ulama, when they die, there will be no alim left. People will take the ignorant as their leaders in deen, and they will ask masail from them, and without knowledge they will give fatwa, they will give an answer, and they themselves will be astray and they'll leave others astray. Now we've got politicians giving fatwas. I'm talking about Muslim countries. We got people that are, when an alim gives an issue or a fatwa, an actual alim, because Allah will lift His ulama, because we don't deserve them, because we don't listen to them. Those ulama that are serious about deen and akhirat and so forth. So what do people do is, some other person will come and say, doesn't see the fatwa or that masala as a, so you'll have information ministers, you'll have other people speaking over the ulama. So then it's better that Allah give death, instead of these ulama living in dishonor and people don't listen to them, and people are listening to other people who are not ulama in Sharia or Quran and Sunnah, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they don't deserve to have ulama. So they will go astray, will be astray, those people, those leaders will be astray. And this also refers to like masjid committees and organizations where there's an interaction, there's opportunity for the ulama to teach the people deen, or you have some other person, some other position will assert their position and say, no, we'll do it like this. This happens, you see this in Australia and other countries where ulama, an imam has been told by the president's wife in one masjid that he was giving a khutbah about hijab. And the president's wife said, what right does he have to talk about hijab? He's an alim of deen. What do you mean? He's imam of the masjid. He's an alim of deen. What right? Why wouldn't he have a right to talk about that? As an alim, he's teaching the Quran and the Sunnah. So these are the type of things that go on. So then you don't deserve to have that alim. Allah takes that away. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes that away. So then what you have is, you have the jahil, the person who doesn't know the sharia, doesn't know the deen, and they're leading and they're giving fatwas. When you say about deen, this is halal, this is haram, it's a fatwa. And you're going to be answerable for those words on the Day of Judgment. If you step into that position without knowledge, you're accountable on the Day of Judgment to provide. And so who told you to say that? Who said this is halal and this is haram? Your feelings? This is some people that... So this is something, maybe we're in that position. I'm mentioning this. Maybe we're in a position and we are ignorant of a masala and we are asked a question and give fatwa without knowledge, and we're astray and we leave others astray. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala save us from that. Hadith number 64. عن ابن عباس رضي الله عنهما عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال إن أناس من أمتي سيتفقهون في الدين ويقرؤون القرآن ويقولون نأتي الأمراء فنصيب من دنياهم ونعتزلهم بديننا ولا يكون ذلك كما لا يجتبى من القتاد إلا الشوك كذلك لا يجتبى من قربهم إلا قال محمد سبق أنه يعني الخطايا. Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu narrates that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, my ummah, there will be a group of people that will appear who will have a deep understanding of the deen. They will attain an understanding of the deen. They will learn the deen. Right? And they will recite the Quran. These people will learn the deen. They will memorize the Quran. They will have a deep understanding of the masail of deen. They might do a PhD in ilm. They might study very deeply Islam. And they will read the Quran, and they'll be very eloquent in the Arabic language and so forth. And then they will say amongst them, let's go to the rulers so that we can get something, achieve something, benefit of dunya from them. And we'll keep our deen, protect our deen separate. We'll protect our deen, save our deen. Our deen is safe, that's our deen. But we'll go to the rulers. It's something they didn't have to do, but they go out of the way to go to the rulers, associate and affiliate with the rulers. And so they'll get some worldly thing, maybe a position, maybe a rank, maybe some money, maybe whatever it is, maybe some benefit. So they'll do this. But this is not possible. The Prophet ﷺ said this is not possible, that you keep your deen safe when you go into a situation. And he gave the example, it's like you entering into a tree or a shrub or bushes, into a plant that is full of thorns. And then you expect that you go in there and that you're not going to get cut by a thorn. So he said that as you enter such a bush or as a plant or a tree, in which your clothes are going to get stuck on a thorn. Similarly also when you enter upon the rulers, the idea that to say it's impossible to avoid engaging in sins. Once you enter upon them and into that environment and that association is created, you will fall into sin. The last hadith for today, hadith number 65. عن عائشة رضي الله عنها قال سمعت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول إن أول ما يكفأ قال زيد بن يحيى الراوي يعني الإسلام كما يكفأ الإناء يعني الخمر قيل فكيف يا رسول الله وقد بين الله فيها ما بين قال يسمونها بغير اسم فيستحلونها. So Sayyidina Aisha radiallahu anha narrates that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that the deen will be the first thing to be overturned in deen, or the first law to be overturned is like a container is overturned, right? A pot or a container is overturned, will be the ruling of consumption of alcohol. So he said, Ya Rasulullah, how is this possible? Sayyidina Aisha radiallahu anha, mother, she asked, how is that possible when it being haram, alcohol and intoxication being haram, is explicitly clear, like it's bayyin, it's clear. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam replied, what they will do is they'll give it another name, other than its name, and they'll seek to force it to make halal. The nature of the thing doesn't change. The reality of the thing changes because you changed the name. You can't call interest something else. They said, well, this is riba. Interest is not riba. There's people like that exist in the world today with PhDs. They said, no, interest is not riba. Interest is not usury. Right? These are two different things. Right? The nature of the thing doesn't change. Like, for example, we got HEX debt, I don't know what it's called now. So HEX debt, you borrow money, you pay more back after so many years. And they do CPI indexation. CPI indexation is riba. If you're paying more money, the difference is interest. You're borrowing money from the government, you're going to give more money back. Now, some Muslims complain, well, see, we can't buy houses, we can't get educated as well. That's not a factor to take into, because that's not a matter of life and death. It's not a matter of survival, right? It's so the nature of the thing doesn't change because you give it a different name. You call it CPI indexation, it's still riba, it's still interest, it's still haram in Islam. As an example, a modern example that we can understand. So this is, the Prophet ﷺ said people will change the names. This is happening throughout the world. Some basic things people understand. They understood. And alhamdulillah, there are brothers in Australia. One brother, Afghani brother, many years ago, his father said to him, his father's Afghani, lives in Peshawar. He said that when he said to his father that he's going to buy a house on interest, he said, I will never speak to you ever again. So there are people like, alhamdulillah, like, look, there's brothers like that serious about their deen, about Islam, that he said the father said to him, I will never ever speak to you again if you take that loan if you disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Subhanallah. So there are people in our community, alhamdulillah, reward them. They are the pillars of our community, that they are pillars in the sense not by money or position or family and so forth, but by the obedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us all people like that we are firm on the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala till our last breath. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq to practice what we say in here. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.